What about survivor benefit for your kids? Hey, I am Chuck, the bureaucrat, and over the past couple months, I've been talking a lot about some things you should think about with the survivor benefit program. We've talked about what's the chance that your spouse is out going to live you, how much term life insurance you can and should buy, and what the implication of your medical records are on this whole decision. Now, throughout this, I've kind of shied away from talking about the different types of beneficiaries you can cover with the survivor benefit program. I've focused on the spouse, but you can also cover a former spouse, your children, even an insurable interest. Today, what I want to do is I want to show you something by focusing on the child-only option. Your children are eligible to receive survivor benefit payments if they're unmarried and under the age of 18. And if they're in school, they can be up to age 22. The payment to your eligible children is 55% of your retired pay split equally between all your eligible kids. You see, unlike with your spouse, you can't pick a different benefit amount. It's always 55%. So let's say you have 3 kids, 17, 15, and 5 when you pass away. And let's assume that the 17-year-old is not going to go to school, but the 15 and 5-year-old are. In the first year after you pass away, 55% of your retired pay is split equally between the 3 kids. After your oldest child turns 18, since they're not going to school, they're no longer eligible. And so that 55% is split between the 2 youngest children. Now, since your middle child is going to go to school, those 2 kids continue to equally split the payments until the middle child turns 22. And then after your middle child turns 22, your youngest child continues to receive the whole 55% as their own benefit until they turn 22. Now that you see how the survivor benefit program pays your children as beneficiaries, let's talk about costs. And this is a place where the survivor benefit program starts to get funny. Remember how the program didn't consider either your age or your spouse's age when they were figuring out how much it cost you to cover the spouse? Well, the program does consider your age and the age of your youngest child when you choose to cover your children. Now, the cost tables on the website, I wouldn't trust those things. They're like 10 years out of date. I don't even know why they're posted out there. But if you look at them, you'll notice that the cost to cover your children is far cheaper than the costs associated with a spouse. And I know what you're thinking. I got a kid, he's 20 years old, he's in college, but seriously, what are the odds that I'm going to pass away before he hits age 22? And even if I do, that's not really much money. Well, there's an important nuance in how the survivor benefit program protects your family. If one of your children becomes disabled or incapable of self-support while they are an eligible beneficiary, then they become eligible to receive benefits for the rest of their lives. The only caveat to that rest of their lives piece is that they can't marry. So at the end of the day, when it comes to your children, for a very small cost, what you're really protecting them against is becoming disabled or incapacitated before they reach 18 or 22 if they're in school. It has a lot less to do with your sudden death before they reach those ages. Hey, look, if you're a transitioning service member, there's just tons of different decisions that you're going to have to make, and the survivor benefit program is just one of them. Another important one is when to time your retirement. So watch this playlist to learn more.